welcome back to Jackson Plays I Suck at Zelda. I'd like to give a personal thank you to a Mr. Ronald Brady, aka Captain Gimpy, and possibly Lord Retardius, for letting me post my LPs on their channel. Super nice of them. Great guys. I'm gonna load up our file. Jackson! I don't know. I need to go get that first badge of courage, and that'll probably end this episode. No. I love little details in video games, like the water. The water has its own animation that moves independently, you know, of the background. And there's different sections of the water that move differently, you know. I just think it's a nice detail. The flowers are sort of nice. I wish they moved a little differently from one another sometimes, you know? And maybe the grass could, you know, wave in the breeze, but I love the fact that as I walk over it, there's a different animation. But the guard doesn't seem to have it. But you know what the guards do have? Is in their walking animation, they have a sense of weight. Like their sword and shield weighs something. Let me show you what I mean. Like, watch the green guard. He has a sense of weight to his movement. And they also have a certain, like, animation, or like a certain sound when they run, to simulate running around in metal armor. It's little touches like that that make a video game good, in my opinion. I will soothe your wounds and comfort your weariness. Close your eyes and relax. Aw, man, I wish my fiancé would say that to me sometimes. What's happening? You know what? When I was little, I always thought these statues looked like bees. But I guess they're like fairies? Fairy statues? But I thought they were bees drinking from water, because in this game, there are bees. Like, we'll see them later. As a matter of fact, I might go get a bee. Like, this dungeon coming up is very confusing because of a key issue. It's weird that there's golems that are clearly like, these belong to Hyrule. It's not like Ganon's work. This is Zelda's work, because these are the pendants of the Triforce, right? I need to get these pendants to unlock the Master Sword, but these golems have been constructed as a test for heroes. So a lot of the environmental dangers in Hyrule are actually the responsibility of Zelda and the royal family. Like, they've clearly created some of these monsters. Also, I'm not quite sure what the significance of the cross on the shield is. Like, I think it might be an allusion to the original Zelda, but I'm not quite sure. Also, I'm not quite sure what the significance of these eagles are, like these bird statues. I don't know what they're an allusion to. I think, like, are they supposed to be nice looking? And what are these creatures that they've made statues of over here to the right? It's interesting, like there's some reason they're there. I don't know what it's supposed to be though. It's an interesting choice. But if you notice on the tile set, there's actually shadows on the ground, and I love little details like that. And I'd like if there was a little more animation to it, but it's still a nice touch. I'm going to be reviewing the aesthetics of the game as well as the gameplay mechanics, so I hope that's your thing. But I know it is because you all love me. Now, what I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like, I want to think that this temple may have been built by a race of Cyclopses that are long gone. Because in a lot of the Cyclope mythology, like for Greeks, is they used to be a great race of people, but have declined. And I don't know if that means that the Kingdom of Hyrule, like, enslaved them, or, like, somehow, like, brought them into extinction, but they clearly are under the, you know, they guard the Pendant of Courage. So somehow they were coerced into subservience of the crown. Like, not under Ganon's influence, but Zelda's. Also, the doors have little angry faces on them, and I love the fact that these lamps have light effects that go on the tile set next to them. Now, clearly, like, some of this tile set is created to just be put there, like it's part of the lamp animation, but the fact that it is animated really gives it a little more quality and, like, I don't want to say realism, because this isn't very realistic, but, you know, it adds a little depth, and I enjoy little details like that. Now, where the heck is this supposed to be? That this has, like, it was built over a bottomless crevasse. Like, why is this temple here specifically other than to test heroes? Was it built out in over-nothingness? Like, Plague of Gripes made a similar allusion to Anor Londo and Dark Souls. That maybe it was built over, you know, some kind of great nothingness. Or to, like, somehow cap it off. Like, maybe the world of Hyrule is, like, somehow incomplete. And these dungeons were built over spots of incompleteness. You know? Kind of like Stephen King's The Dark Tower. Ah, that's enough. I'm sure that's all BS. I love the animation on these little balls, but, like, I have no idea what they're supposed to be. And what could possibly be making them shoot out of that thing? Which is infinite, by the way. It just never stops. Go away, Skelly-mans. Trying to pick a bone with me. No, but seriously, get the F out of here. Now, there's a lot of disturbing subtext here, like, who are those skeletons of? Like, were they magically created? Did they come from nothingness? And why are there bones of the ground? Like, are these fallen heroes that have tried to claim the Pendant of Courage, you know? And what could these possibly be? These things in the tile set, are they sarcophaguses? Like, what? They're not doors, and you can't blow them up. There's no way of interacting with them, but what the heck are they? There's a lot of surreal things going on that have nothing to do with the Hylian people. It almost begs the question, like, did the Hylians even create this place? Or did some kind of magnificent pre-existing race, or races, build it? There's a lot of questions here and very few answers. Every dungeon has a compass and a map, I believe, and they help you navigate the dungeon poorly. It's better to just go on intuition, except for maybe the water temple. Like, it's really not that hard to remember where you are in a building like this, but the resources available in the game. I'd like to believe that Sharshala is like the Wizard of Oz, like he uses the intercom to talk to Link, and like, he's like, oh yes, I'm using telepathy, ooh, mind powers. And like, Link just doesn't understand what a speaker system is, because this is clearly a freaking speaker. He can't hear Sharshala otherwise, you know, in the dungeon without this. Okay, so those were the first two of the Cyclopses. I think they come in green and red, and the red ones are a little harder to kill, and maybe be a little more aggressive. And I have no idea. Like, did they build this place? Did a pre-existing race plant them here? I don't know. Why, of course I'll keep a servant of the gods in a bottle. How else will they know I'm being pious? Trap them to be my slave to resurrect me upon my death. Also, the technology for teleportation exists within Hyrule. I'm just pointing that out. It's a major technological leap from, like, swords and shields. And I think Miyamoto has made the illusions that there is like a sci-fi element to all of this. So alien technology and stuff could be a thing. And I think that was more elaborated on in Skyward Sword, a game I haven't played, so don't quote me. But also, this game is a complete freaking ripoff of Chrysalis. I mean, it's better graphically, and there's a lot of better game mechanics going on, But there's a lot borrowed from Chrysalis in this game. I love this chest, by the way. I love the way it looks. I wish the animation was a little more fluid, but I want one. I kind of like the color scheme in this, but Link doesn't pop off the blue very well because he's green. If the background was a little more orange or earth tone, I think he would pop out better because of color balance. But in any case, this is actually pretty good as far as a tile set, because the tiles on the upper level are a little brighter than the tiles on the lower level. Although, size-wise, for scale, they're the same size. And that bothers me a little because, you know, as the camera, it would be closer to us, not farther away. But other than that, it's really kind of just a nice environment. I want my house key to look like that, I swear. I want it to be huge, I want it to be heavy, and I want it to have an evil face on it. Now, if you notice, one of the major problems here is like the key and the upper bar here for the key counter next to the arrows and bombs and rubies. There's nothing saying that I have the big key. I just have to remember that I do, and I think it opens both the dungeon key and the weapon, or the dungeon item, which of course is the bow, because I got arrows earlier and I haven't gotten arrows earlier on in the game. So, you know, there's some expectations being set up here for bow. I like how they look in the direction they're gonna walk. That's a neat little, it's a neat little detail. Again, who are these supposed to be? Like, whose necromancy summoned these? Like, Zelda is a necromancer, confirmed. Think about this. Now, the music in here is pretty good. It's kind of ominous, a little exciting. a little bit of whoa, you know, but like, it's a little bit of a short track. I wish there was a little more to this music, you know? Oh yeah, now I have the map. Great, great. I needed the map, like, way earlier, but, like, in the middle of the dungeon? Fine. Now that I'm almost finished, great, awesome. I wonder if this sword has a name that Link uses. Also, it fits a child. Why was his uncle carrying, like, a shield that was fit for a child? And a sword fit for a child? Like, this makes no sense. He was a grown man. Kind of looked like Mario a little, with blue hair. Just putting that out there. As far as Link, our titular hero here, there's not a lot to him. Like, he doesn't have a lot of animation when he moves. Like, he has a little up and down when in his walk cycle. He's a little shimmy sham, but like, he doesn't, like, his hat moves a little, and that's appreciated, but there could be a little more to his sprite and his movement animation, I think. I'm not calling it lazy, I just like little details like that, that's all. One of the more useful items in the game, it gives you the kind of range and damage that the boomerang doesn't give. The boomerang's just a stun weapon that doesn't work on all the monsters, but the bow, you know. You get special arrows later on in the game if you do I think a side quest with one of the fairies to get magic arrows to fight Ganon with and things like that. Oh, that's great. You get the bow, and it immediately puts you up against enemies it's worthless against. That's awesome. Good job. Way to game design. Go Nintendo. Although I give it this, like, against the dungeon boss, the arrows are super effective, so... I mean, that is kind of interesting. It's one of the more effective things to use the arrows against in the game. I think you solve some puzzles with the arrows as well. I don't quite remember. I think you do, though. For opening doors and stuff. So it does become important. I don't know. Like, you can get on without it, though. It's the same with most of the weapons in this game. Like, you can get on without them. Aside from maybe the sword you super need. Greed! Is it worth it? Do I need the money? Yes, I do. Oh god. Oh, this was a terrible mistake. Oh, my hubris. Hubris? Oh no. It's my undoing. Get out of here, go up the stairs. Oh, not these again. Ah! Great. Awesome. Good job. Freak. Ah! Okay, pots are useless against the red ones. Noted. I played this game when I was 12, but I haven't played it since. So, like, there's a lot I'm forgetting. And look how evil and dark this room is. Hyrule built this. Zelda is in charge of this, and she was like, you know what? To get the Master Sword, which the hero will need to save all of the land, he probably needs to go through this hellish dungeon. Look at that column! That column was built with claws in it. There's a ram skull on the ground, just custom built with like an evil Cyclops on top of it. Like, Hyrule is in charge of this. Sharshala led me here. He's like, you know what you need, little boy? Death. Like, he's really, like, not the responsible wizard man we take him for. He's more of a Wizard of Oz. So, we were led into a room with a bunch of items, you know, a lot going on. Clearly there's gonna be a boss battle. Game's like, oh yeah, here's some health and arrows. Good luck, sucker. That's right, you animated golems. I wonder if they have souls inside of them. Look at this music. Let's just listen. Oh man, that's tension right there. That is excitement. It's kind of short though, but it's very exciting. Got the pendant here, Pendant of Courage. Terrific. Listen to that victory music. Look how well we did. Aw, man. This is totally sweet. You won the Pendant of Courage. Take it to Sharshala. Now, is this like my internal dialogue? Who am I listening to here? Is this Zelda? Like, I'm not the speaker. Who is this? Is this the game? Are the gods talking to me? Like, what's going on here? Okay. So I'm going to end this game when I take this pendant to Sharshala and get the dash boots. And, well, this episode. Oh, man. You guys, thank you for watching. This is totally sweet. 2 pendants remain. Magic spin. And we don't have to go through the rest of the dungeon. It just transports us magically out. Oh, man. That was quite the dungeon. No, don't pick on me. That's my lunch money. Oh man, my mom's gonna be so mad. I don't have to deal with you nerds anymore. Aw. Out of arrows. Yeah, well, just deal with it. I have free agency, you don't. Here's Sharshala doing his little dance. I'm gonna admit, like, there was an episode you guys didn't see where I totally came in here, looted, and, like, went through all of the village, and I'll go back to the village, because, you know, you guys missed out on that footage that, like, I kind of messed up on, kind of goofed. But here's Sharshala doing his little dance, being all Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the curtain. He has more to do with P.T. Barnum than he does Gandalf, I guarantee it. Ooh, you got the Pendant of Courage. Now I'll tell you more of the legend. Dramatic pause. 3 or 4 generations ago, who's counting? Certainly not me. An order of knights protected the royalty of Hyrule. These knights of Hyrule were also guardians of the Pendants of Courage. They were total D-bags. Oh, the knights that carved themselves as horrible monsters? Yeah. Well, I'm speculative of this whole story. Unfortunately, most of them were destroyed in a great war against evil. Because that happens. Took place when the 7 wise men created their seal. Among the descendants of the Knight of Hyrule, a hero must appear. I see. Jackson! I believe you. You should get the remaining pendants and carry this with you. This is a treasure passed down by the families of the wise men. I want you to have it. You got the boots. He gives you the Pegasus shoes. Oh, this is the narrator. Narrator, like God, okay. Now you can execute a devastating dash attack. Hold the A button for a short time. So he's not even talking to Link, he's talking to me, the player. Oh man, that breaks immersion so bad. A helpful item is hidden in the cave on the east side of the Lake of Hylia. Get it? Like, not please get it, just go get it! So now we can dash. It's the sweetest move in the game. It also helps make this Link the most powerful, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. Because he doesn't need a horse. He's got super speed. Alright. I'm going to thank you guys for watching. I hope you tune in next time. Like, comment, and subscribe.